There was,
You were being sabotaged.
I was.
So we were talking about, being purposeful with our time and intentional and thinking about the why behind the stuff on our calendars. And um, it's funny because like I decided this month to intentionally take things off the calendar to create some space for rest, for healing. And then I was like, oh, but creating space, like anything could happen, right? And then I was thinking that a lot of times I try to leave that space, but then I think I'm not making enough forward motion. Like, am I leaving too much space? Like, where's that balance? So then I just saw this meme, and it's sort of like the universe is like, this is what you do, and it's annoying. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the message that came with it. But it said, every time the universe sends me a sign, I'm like, okay, but I think I'll wait for a signier sign. And I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I'm like, was that a sign or was that just a coincidence? But there are no coincidences. Is Mercury in retrograde? So, thoughts?
Okay. Well, there's a lot that I love about this, but that was something that Susie and I were just talking about, Mercury in retrograde, which I believe it is. And shoot, what was the other thing? Oh, the signiest sign. So fun fact, I actually really pay attention to things when they show up in threes. So like something will catch my attention, like a specific word that I'm like, that's so weird. And then like I'll just catch it and I'll be aware of it. And then within the next 2 days, like I'll hear it again. I'm like, that's so weird. I heard it twice and like there it is again. Like that's weird. And then when I hear it a third, I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to get here? Apparently this is something I really need to pay attention to, because right, like now my mind is searching for it because it picked up on it, which is our RAS, our reticular activating system in our brain. But I'm like that too. Like I need another sign to tell me like this is something to pay attention to, and I generally get it in threes.
Awesome. Suze.
I had a dream client once. She was deciding, so it was within the fast action bonus, so within the 24 hours. And she told me, she's like, at that time she hadn't seen any raccoons in forever. And so she's like, okay, if I'm meant to work with Susie, I need to see a raccoon. And she literally walked out of a door into a parking lot, and there was one, and then two came over, and then there was like 5 raccoons, and they just looked at her, and she's like, okay, I got it. So anytime that I would like see a raccoon in a postcard or something like that, I'm like, here you go, here's your sign, here's your sign. Because that, I mean, what we ask for, like I love that you said the universe was like, this is what you're doing and it's annoying. Like, do you see what you're doing? Like that is everything. So it's fun to look for signs. And I feel like in my life, like I don't know if I look for or not, or if I just feel like everything's a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like if I don't know.
Well, I think it's a pattern of mine, and it's funny
Mhm.
because, like, sometimes I'll share, like, I'll pull a card from my favorite deck, which is, I call it the red deck. It's like, it's called something else, but
Yeah.
in a red box. So, and there's one card in there, and it's like, it's a recurring theme, but it's a message in a bottle, and it's all about seeing signs and what, like,
Mm.
the message. And I feel like I either miss the sign or miss the message, and I'm like, if you just be a little more obvious.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
that here's your sign was definitely made for people like us. Here's your sign.
Yeah,
Just slap
exactly.
you upside the head. Just put it right in my doorway so I can't move until I look at it.
Exactly. Um, So 1 minute left. Does anyone have anything else they want to share about signs or being inspired by signs?
Now I have the song, signs, signs, everywhere, signs.
I don't know
who's
that
singing.
song.
What? Amy, do you know the song I'm talking about? Yeah, I don't know what it's called. It's probably called Signs, let's be honest.
Probably. Probably. Yes. That's awesome.
Look at that, it took us to the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm gonna go look for signs. You guys.
Thanks, Amy.
Bye.